Hi guys, welcome back to Ramya's World. Today I'm going to be talking about my bucket list. It is a very long, never-ending list, but I'm just going to share a few of them, some of which I've been lucky and fortunate enough to tick off from the list, but some I'm still working towards. So yesterday I celebrated my twin double-digit birthday, the 44th, and as you can see I have my birthday haircut, which I normally do once a year. I go really short. Otherwise, I just do a trim, but I go really short in around my birthday, so I know when was the last time I had a really short haircut. But I could not do it last year because of the pandemic. So I thought I should take a look on my bucket list and see what's been accomplished for the last year or the years before. And so one of the things on my list was to make a cake. And so yesterday for my birthday, me and my daughter made a double-layered carrot cake, and which was pretty good. It's not something that can be, sold at the store or something, but it came out pretty good. And me and my daughter are huge fans of the Cake Boss, Buddy, and we like any of those Food Network cake baking shows. And but I don't think we'll ever get to that level. But still, it was fun to do that double-layered cake and have that tick on my bucket list. I and my daughter got very much into the baking. We both enjoy baking. So we got into even decorating cookies. And we did that for mine and my husband's 20th wedding anniversary. And it was pretty good for the first time. So that's two things. I don't think we're going to do it again, but still it's nice to tick those off from the list. Talking about bucket list, I think all of us have a running mental bucket list, right from when we are able to think of the things that we want, maybe around 4, 5, 3, I don't know what age. Like when you're little, I remember when I was little, I would be like, I want to take a flight and go on a plane or go on a train. So you have all those things, but as you grow older, you want bigger things, and I think it's a good one to have. To have a goal kind of thing, and it feels good. Like I'm huge on lists. Like I like to do a lot of to-do list, and I like to check mark or scratch it out when it's done. So I think everyone should have a bucket list. And over the years, I started actually writing down a bucket list when I started blogging back in 2009. And that's when because I wrote a blog post on bucket list. But otherwise, I've always had this mental bucket list of things I want to do. I wish I want to do this, that. But that's when I actually started writing, and I have a list of all the things I want to do. So one of the main thing, which is the reason why I started blogging, was to create awareness about mental illness through my personal struggle with depression, which would always be a running item on my bucket list, because I'm going to continue trying to create awareness through my personal struggle on my YouTube channel, on my social media, through blogging. And I feel I've done a little bit of a difference where, I have friends and family come and open up to me and say that, they feel the same way sometimes. So I think, I don't think the stigma around mental illness is going to go away so soon, but I really hope at some point people will start talking about it, as it is when people, and be sympathetic towards them when people have diagnosed with cancer or any of the other serious illness. And just because mental illness you cannot see, it does not mean that it's not serious. So that's one thing on my bucket list, which is going to be something that I would always work on. Some of the items on my bucket list may seem a bit far-fetched, but then that's the Piscean in me and a daydreamer. So I think it's great, even if you're dreaming, just write it down on the list. But some of them I think are pretty doable, like the YouTube channel, it's a tick. Blogging, it's a tick. And there was a time when I was doing a radio show on my local radio station for a couple of months. It was called Music for Thought. So I would pick up a topic for the day, and people would call in and just share their thoughts on the topic, and then they would request a song and I would play a song. So there was a time where I really enjoyed doing Zumba, because I would go to my gym class and they would have the Zumba classes, and I saw it make a difference, me being fit and losing weight, and I felt it was a fun way to lose weight, while you dance it away. And so I thought that I'll become a Zumba instructor. So I did take the course, and I did do the Zumba instructor for a couple times, for a couple months. And I went for this workshop, the teacher training workshop, and I met the creator of Zumba, Beto. So that was another tick on my list. And doing a podcast is something that is on my list still, and that's something I need to work on. And of course, my dream job is having my own talk show, and I have a list of all the celebrities that I want to interview. So it is one of those bucket list items that seems far-fetched. Once I came to the US, I would go to Starbucks, and then I would see this green apron. For some reason, I just like the green apron. And I'm like, I want to work at Starbucks one day. And I did that. So I was a barista. I worked for a couple months. I got that green apron. And it was nice knowing how your coffees, drinks, and all your other refreshers are made. So that was another tick on my list. Now my bucket list for travel. So I would really like to go and visit. I love traveling. I would like to really go and visit at least one major city in as many countries in the world I can. But I have been fortunate enough to do a few. US is one, and because I got married and came to US, I've been able to go to pretty much quite a few of the cities in US. So when you're small, you want to go to US because you want to go to Disneyland, and that was something I really look forward to. The first year when I came here, so we went to Disneyland. Then there was Hollywood, which is a tech. Vegas, I also wanted to go for a girls' weekend in Vegas, which is a tech. There's New York. Those were a few things that I wanted to see, which was on the bucket list. And then we did this Europe trip, and in that I could see the one which I wanted, the Eiffel Tower. I wanted to take the gondola ride in the Venice, so we did that. But I still want to stay in Paris for about 6 months to 1 year and be there as a local and not just as a tourist. We did White River Rafting in Austria, which was a tick. We went and saw the Colosseum, the Vatican. I still want to go and see a carnival in Brazil, do an African safari. What else? See the pyramids in Egypt, which we were supposed to go, but this pandemic, we had to cancel that. But there are quite a few other things also on my travel bucket list. But I'm glad and fortunate that I've been able to take a few. I'm a huge Royals fan, so Buckingham Palace was something that I wanted to go, but we were not able to take a tour of Buckingham Palace, so that's one thing which is still on my to-do list. And I like to go watch tennis, so watching a live tennis match at the Wimbledon Centre Court, hopefully a semi-final or final match, is something on my bucket list, which is still to be ticked. So maybe sometime when we go to London and when there's tickets available, because I have been trying to apply when the tickets open up, but I've still not got that. So that's another tick I need to do. So on the sports and activities bucket list, playing tennis was something that I always wanted to do when I was little, but in India you don't have so much of opportunities. So when I came here, I was so happy that we had tennis courts right in front of our apartments. So that was fun. So that was a tick that, I got my first tennis rackets, and we would just go on weekends to play tennis, which is good. Then we went skiing. And that's another thing, like when you're in India, you want to go to Kashmir because that's the only place you can see snow, and here we had Tahoe. So we did skiing, snowboarding, which is also a tick, but I did snowboarding only once, and I just wanted to do it because it was one of my bucket list item, and I just wanted to see, but it was so tough. Like skiing, I can still do a little bit, but snowboarding, the first class, and I was done, and I was not going back to it. Let's see, I did snorkeling, scuba diving, parasailing. I still have to do bungee jumping, which is still not a tick on my list, and I hope I can make that happen sometime soon. And zip lining, we did that, and it was in Mexico, which was really good. Like, you have those long, really deep valleys. It was scary, but another tick. I did it once, not doing it again. I want to do a hot air balloon, which is something that is still, I don't know, sometime soon. I did water surfing, which was also something I wanted to do, and I thought that it would be scary. And I was just going to do it once and get done with it. But I liked it the first time I did, so maybe I'll do it again. There's the Spartan Race, which I did. And this was just the beginner Spartan Race. And it was tough, but I'm just glad that I did it. And that's another tick. Let's see, a few of my other ticks was get a tattoo, which I did for my 35th birthday. Go to a dance club, which I did back in college, but it was still a bucket list item because my parents would not let us go to a discotheque or anything. So that was one tick when that happened. Going on a cruise, that was one thing on my list, especially after I watched the Titanic. It's one of my favorite movie, and just the idea of that could all be, a casino, a restaurant, everything can be on a big ship. That was amazing. So I'm like, oh, we need to go on cruise. So we've done a couple of those. So cruise was a tick. I wanted to see a Broadway musical, so we watched that. We watched The Lion King. I wanted to see Hamilton too, but the tickets for that were so crazy expensive. I finally ended up watching it on the Disney Channel. I wanted to do print modeling and appear in a magazine. Well, I didn't happen to do any modeling, but I still was lucky to get selected for this makeover and come in a magazine. So that's a tick. I've always wanted to be in the TV audience of the Oprah show, but that never happened, and she ended her show. And then it was being the TV audience for the Ellen show, and I kept requesting the tickets, and I never thought it would happen, but it did. So that was a very lucky and a very happy moment for me to take that off my list, be in the TV audience for the Ellen show. And then Oprah, I booked the ticket, so I've been able to take that off when I went to watch Oprah, the Oprah Vision 2020 show. So saw that, so that was a tick for Oprah. And then growing up, Backstreet Boys was one of my favorite boy bands, and I always wanted to go to their concert, but I don't remember the time they came to India. And anyhow, in India, it's just such an expensive affair to go to a concert. And then after all these years, I'm so glad that the Backstreet Boys are still together, and they were doing a concert and they were touring, and I happened to go for their concert. So that's a big take because I never thought that would happen. I wanted to audition for a reality show, and one of the first ones which I wanted to audition was for The Amazing Race. So I wrote into them, and the time when I had written to The Amazing Race, I had just come to US and we did not have our green card, and so they said it was only for citizens, and I was so disappointed. And that's an amazing show because you get to travel so many countries, all played, and you get to do all this task. But anyways, that did not happen. So I auditioned for The Apprentice. Did not win, but still that's a take that I auditioned for a reality show. And then while I was in India, I applied for the Miss India contest. I knew I was not going to win, but I just wanted to apply it. And they were nice enough to even reply back saying that, oh, you're not selected. But I just wanted to do it, just apply for the Miss India contest. I still have that letter somewhere. So it was just an item that I wanted to take on my bucket list. And going through an all-inclusive resort, that was another item that I wanted to do. It's just go to the resort, enjoy, and you don't have to keep thinking of what to order, what not to order, and keep paying for it every time you order. So that was a very chilled out, relaxing vacation. So that was something on my bucket list that's been ticked off, but something I would like to do again. And then there are very small ones, which it's not a big thing, but still, one of the things was to color my hair, which I did. It was a burgundy color that I did. But I think right now my next bucket list item for that is to do a very bright, crazy color. Then a few branded items that I like. I really like Burberry because of the checkered, the checkered design that they have. So I think was it last Christmas or the Christmas before, my husband gifted me a Burberry scarf. So that's a check on the list. But I would still like to get some more Burberry jacket or a purse. But that's on the list. And then red bottom shoes from Christian Louis Vuitton is something that's on my list. So here's a list of some of the things that are still pending on my long list of bucket list. Do a TED Talk, have a published book. I don't know what I'm going to write about, but just be a published, just publish a book. And then go to a horse race, maybe the Kentucky Derby or the Royal Ascot, and wear one of those fascinators. And then I really like the English Victorian time kind of look. So maybe, get a small role in an English TV series or movie, and where I get to wear the Victorian era dresses, the long flowing dresses of the Victorian era. Go through a drive-through movie theater. Now, that was something we were going to do recently, but did not happen. So that's still on my list. What else do I have? I have to learn to perfect the smoky eye look. I've been trying to do it, but it's still not perfected. So that's still on my list. Fly in a private jet and have a beach house. And another house which would have a tennis court, infinity pool, and a hot tub. And own a sports car, and I'm thinking environment friendly, so a Tesla Roadster in royal blue color. But I don't know if that's going to happen because the starting price for that is $200,000. But then does not hurt to dream. So I guess I'm going to end it at that. But if you don't have a bucket list, I would strongly suggest for you to start a bucket list, because I feel it really helps to have all your wants written down on a piece of paper or in a book, because it's something that you can work towards and make it happen. And it is a great feeling when you can tick mark that item on your bucket list. But that's it for me, guys, today. I'll see you guys back next week. But until then, live in the moment, enjoy every moment, kyunki kal ho na ho. And as always, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys back next week. Bye, love y'all.